You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
Welcome to the Hot Options Report, your premier source for insight into the fast-moving options market. Each day, we'll track down the products that are dominating the options chains and impacting your trading account, from Nvidia to VIX and everything in between. If it's lighting up the options tape, then you'll find it on the Hot Options Report.
All right, everybody, that music means it is time once again for your Hot Options Report coming at you on Friday, November 12th. My name, of course, Mark Longo from theoptionsinsider.com, as well as from the Options Insider Radio Network. Remember, make sure you subscribe to that full network wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And, of course, if you want to join us for other shows like Options Oddities, the official after party of Volatility Views, as well as, of course, Pro Q&As, as well as giveaways, the final Pro Trading Crate going out the door this month, as well as the upcoming Vol Deathmatch 2.0 and a whole bunch of other great stuff. TheOptionsInsider.com/pro is the place to go to learn all about that. And of course, while you're listening to the show, if you want to follow along, if you want to generate your own reports at 2 a.m., no one's going to judge. The HotOptionsReport.com has all the data we touch on the show and a whole bunch more. We literally just have time to scratch the surface here. TheHotOptionsReport.com. You can't beat the price. You can't beat the data. TheHotOptionsReport.com is the place to go as we keep on going into our top 10 most active. What was lighting up the tape out there in single name equity options today? Was it a banger day? The answer was yeah. A little bit of whipsaw action, a little bit of red on the screen post-Fed. Translated into some decent volume today. Cost you 711,000 contracts to break into the top 10 today. That's the most active we've seen it in some time. That gets you to our old pal Netflix, what used to be called the Widowmaker. These days, maybe earning that moniker again. It's been read quite a bit of late, gaining some of that back today, closing 95.19, up $1.10, or a little over 1%. The hot option in Netflix land today, nearly 41,000 of the 96 calls expiring today. Average price for these, 38 cents. And you know what I'm going to tell you? If you paid anything for these and wrote them into the close, not exactly a winner chicken dinner. But we'll keep on climbing, listeners. Let's see if we can get some home runs as we go on up to number 9. Our old pal, the Monster. This one has been anything but a home run of late, listeners. The Monster has been, shall we say, under pressure. And that continued today, 176.45 off, another $6.85, or about 3.75%. So a rough day for the Monster, putting up 715,000 contracts for the number 9 spot, the hot option in the Monster today, listeners. 25,000 of the 190 calls. Now you might say those are gone, but no, these are expiring next week. So they have a little bit more time, listeners. Average price for these, $3.56. So if you're paying that for these calls, listeners, you really need strategy to get out of gear next week. We'll see if that can happen as we keep on climbing to number 8. A name we don't talk about too often on the show. It's Merck. Merck closing today, $100.30, up about $1.30 today. Putting up, again, 729,000 contracts for the number 8 spot. Now, before you get all excited saying, what's Merck doing in the top 10 today? This is another name that's sneaking in because it's going ex-dividend, listeners. The hot option, 191,000 of the DEACE 85s, which, again, deep in the money call. That makes sense when you're going ex-div. Let's keep climbing, listeners. Up to number 7, it's our old pal Rivian. Man, what a week for Rivian. They're selling off. They're coming for it. They're rallying hard. Today, very much in the latter category. Rivian popping almost exactly $2, closing 18.42, up over 12% today, putting up 771,000 contracts for the number 7 spot out there today, listeners. And the hot option in Rivian land, 50,000 of the DEACE 20s expiring next week. So they got a little bit of time on these. The 20 handle, that might seem a little bit rich. Then again, Rivian didn't get to 1960 today, so they paid 44 cents for these. They have a week. Can we get there? We will find out as we keep climbing to number 6, listeners. It's Palantir putting up 820,000 contracts today, again for the number 6 spot. They came for Palantir a bit today. 183.57 is where the stock went out. Off nearly $4 or a little over 2%. And the hot option out there, almost 90,000 of the 185s expiring today. Average price for these, 39 cents. You know the drill if you paid anything for those right now. And rode them into the close. You're not a happy camper. As we keep climbing to number 5, you've been pretty happy over the last few months in Apple land. And again today, managing to buck the sell-off. Takes a lot to turn Apple red these days. Even on a day when most of the major indices are blood red, Apple still climbing a quarter, closing 278.28, putting up 833,000 contracts. For the number 5 spot, the hot option in Apple land today, 172,000 of the 280s expiring today. Average price for these, 21 cents. Once again, close but no cigar, listeners, as we keep on climbing to the number 4 spot, listeners. This one's been a very tumultuous one of late. It's Oracle selling off yet again today. 189.97 is where it went out. Off nearly $9, 888 or about 4.5%. Good for 871,000 contracts. And the number 4 spot today, the hot option in Oracle land. Once again to the upside, 51,000 of the 195 calls expiring today. Average price for these, 50 cents. Unfortunately, you paid 50 cents for those and you rode them. Not a great day. Let's keep climbing up to AVGO, another name that was feeling the heat out there today, aka Broadcom, number 3 today, 1.66 million contracts on the tape after their earnings. The street not liking what they're hearing out of Broadcom. 359.93 is where the stock went out, off $46.44 or almost 11.5% today, listeners. So yes, they came for Broadcom today. The hot option in AVGO today, listeners, what was it? It was the 365. So once again to the upside. Expiring today, average price for these, $1.70. If you sold them, you had to grit your teeth. You did all right. If you paid anything for these, listeners, and rode them into the close. Once again, bit of a broken record, but you're probably not a big fan of that trade. As we keep climbing to number 2, yes, number 2, it's Nvidia. Nvidia putting up some numbers today, nearly 4 million contracts, 3.92 million. Usually that's enough for the number 1 spot, but not today, listeners. Nvidia selling off hard. 175.02 is where it went out, off nearly $6 or about 3.25%. All these concerns over AI spending weighing on Nvidia out there. And the hot option in Nvidia land today, 267,000 of the 177.5 calls. Average price for these, 56 cents. You know the drill by now. Unfortunately, if you rode them through the end of the day, not a happy camper. As we keep climbing up to number 1, what took the hot spot today? It was our old pal Tesla. You're a happy camper if you were rocking some of these calls from earlier this week, listeners. Tesla putting up 4.58 million contracts today. One of the heavier days we've seen in quite some time in Tesla options. A hot day in the underlying as well. Shaking off the big sell-off, rallying a little over 12 handles or almost 3%, closing 458.96 out there today. So a wild day in Tesla, blowing through the 440s and the 450s. And what was the hot option out there in Tesla today? It was the 4 doubles, the 455s. Average price for these, $1.53. So you know what, listeners? We go out with a bang. We go out with a winner. If you paid $1.50, if you paid $2, if you paid all the way to nearly $4 for these calls, you went out with a smile on your face today. I hope you had a smile on your face if you're listening to any of our content on the network this week. Yet another reminder, of course, if you missed anything, check out the full network wherever you get your favorite podcast. And make sure you're checking out our friends over there at Quick Options. They are literally bringing all this data to your doorstep and a whole bunch more. Find it, thehotoptionsreport.com is the place to go. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday for the option block all the way through to after the closing bell and another episode of the Hot Options Report. Stay safe out there, everybody.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.